Good morning. Welcome to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team. I'm your host, Christopher Haralson. Every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. here on Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM, we take a look around the world at Meridian Community College athletics. Meridian Tennis, both the men and the women, currently ranked 16th in the country, headed over to South Carolina this past weekend for several non-conference matches. The Lady Eagles defeated USC Sumter 9-0 and Hartford 9-0, and then dropped a match to Wallace State Hansville 4-5. The men lost to USC Sumter and to Wallace State 2-7 in both of those, and then fell to Hartford 4-5. They'll be back on the courts this Friday as they host the East Central Community College Warriors. That'll be played out at Northeast Park. MCC outdoor track team, they got back on the track this weekend as they headed down to Southern Miss and ran in the USM Invitational. They saw three school records fall this weekend. Abdikar Mohammed broke the 5,000 meter race record, the school record, with a time of 14:54.26. Norman Mukwata broke the 400 meter hurdle record, school record, of 52.23. And then Augustus Carway jumped 7.2 feet in the high jump. So the outdoor track team off to a great start, several national qualifiers already, and like I said, several school records falling. They'll be off this weekend and they'll get back on the track next weekend. Meridian Community College softball picked up a couple of non-conference wins Monday as they hosted Coastal Alabama East Warhawks. They came over from Alabama. Lady Eagles won 22-2 in the first game and then 10-2 in the second game. So kind of broke a losing streak for the Lady Eagles, kind of get their confidence back up before they head back into conference play. They'll host Hines Community College Lady Eagles tomorrow at 3 o'clock at Tommy McDonald Field, so they'll get back into conference action then. And then this weekend, they'll host the Coahoma Lady Tigers out at Tommy McDonald Field. That'll be Saturday at 2 o'clock. So the Lady Eagles back into conference play after picking a couple of non-conference wins over Coastal Alabama East. Meridian Community College baseball jumped 2 spots in the NJCAA poll this week. They went from number 6 up to number 4, so broke into the top 5 for the first time this season. They're headed over to Raymond today for a conference doubleheader against the Eagles. They'll play Hines at 3 o'clock today, and then this weekend they'll head up to Clarksdale as they face Coahoma for another set of conference games. The MCC golf team had a week off after hosting their own tournament at Northwood, but they leave today, headed down to Weston, Mississippi, to Wolf Hollow Golf Club, which will be the host site for the MACCC state golf tournament. The Eagles won down there last year. They're looking forward to going down there and trying to win another state tournament, state championship. They're currently ranked 5th in the country, just 2 spots behind Mississippi Gulf Coast, and who's second right now. So it's always contentious and a strong conference and a strong region that we play here, and so it'll be a tough tournament to go down there and win, but I think Coach Ronnie Key's got his guys set up and they're excited to go down there and try to win another state championship for us. A couple events I want to get to. MCC Tennis is hosting their 2nd annual alumni mixer. That'll be on campus this Saturday at the Wanda McPhail Tennis Complex. You can go to mcceagles.com/camps to register for that event, or you can just show up. I think TJ Carter's expecting a good crowd. We had a good turnout last year for the event, and I think everybody that came had a really good time. He's going to supply lunch for you. TJ's going to be here in a little while to talk about the event with us and get some more details and just what all's going to be going on. But a really good time to come out and play some tennis, catch up with some people you played with when you were here, or maybe reconnect with some people that you didn't play with but you want to get to know, because you're all alumni and they're really looking forward to coming out and playing some tennis back at MCC. So this weekend, MCC Tennis Alumni Mixer, come on out and play some tennis with us. And then next Tuesday, Meridian Community College baseball will host Southwest Community College. That's a conference doubleheader at 3 o'clock. But in addition to just the baseball game, we're going to have it's only our 2nd baseball after-hours event. We had one back in 2019, and then we've kind of struggled with some COVID issues the past couple of years, but we're back to having the baseball after-hours at Skaggs Field. So Mississippi Power is going to be our special guest this year. And what we're doing is we're just inviting Mississippi Power and all their employees and their families to come out and just be our guest at the baseball game. We'll have activities for the kids. We've got snowballs. We'll have games for the kids to play and do. And it's just going to be a really fun, family-friendly atmosphere and want to just have people come out and see, what we've got going on. Like I said, the Eagles are currently 4th in the country, so some really good baseball being played, and just come out and enjoy a great night of baseball as you come out to Skaggs Field. Again, that's next Tuesday, April the 12th. It's a 3 o'clock doubleheader. We're going to take a short break, and after the break, we're going to be joined by MCC tennis coach TJ Carter. He'll talk about the Lady Eagles and the Eagles, kind of where they're at. They're finishing up the regular season, getting ready for the postseason. We'll talk about their trip to South Carolina and what they've got, going forward with the rest of the season. So we'll take a break. You're listening to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team here on Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM. Good morning, welcome back to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team. I'm your host, Christopher Haralson, here this morning. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to be joined by MCC tennis coach TJ Carter. The tennis team is really doing well this year. The Lady Eagles are number 2 in the conference. So they're off to a really good start. They're 10-4 in the conference, and 12-2 in the conference, I'm sorry, and then 17-8 overall. So a really good season for Coach Carter's Lady Eagles. They went over to South Carolina, like I said earlier, and picked up a couple of non-conference wins. I think they've pretty well locked up the number 2 seed going into the region tournament here in a couple of weeks. So should have a good draw there to try and pull out the region tournament. We had a little girl. Not a little girl, but one of our better players who's been injured most of the year. She's gotten back in the lineup here in the last couple of weeks, and it's really kind of bolstered the lineup for Coach Carter's Lady Eagles. So I think he thinks we've got a really good shot to pull out the region championship and then go to the national tournament out in Texas in a couple of weeks. The men playing really well also. They're 3 in the conference. They're 10-4 overall, and I think 14-10. 10-4 in conference and 14-10 overall. So they're playing well. They've pretty well locked up the number 3 seed in the conference, and got a good shot also to go into the region and make some noise and qualify for that national tournament. So good things going for TJ Carter and the tennis team. He's running a little bit late this morning, but we'll get him on the air as soon as he gets here. We'll touch base on MCC baseball right now. Like I said earlier, they are currently ranked 4th in the country, just really, really playing well. Picked up a good sweep over a good Colin team last week. Went down there and really got into a battle in the first game and had to kind of come from behind, but was able to pull out an easy win in game 2. They had their bye week, and so they got off this past weekend, but they'll get back into conference action today as they head over to Hines and play the Eagles over there. They played them in a non-conference game early in the season. We split with them, so I'm looking forward to getting back there and try to go ahead and pick up the sweep. Coach TJ Carter has joined us. He is running behind just a little bit, but that's okay. We can pick up. Coach, we talked while you were on the way here about the trip over to South Carolina and how we played. If you want to quick give me a rundown of what you thought about the weekend and getting those non-conference matches in to kind of help our team and build some confidence going towards the rest of the season.
Yeah, 2 good weekends in a row. Went to Texas and South Carolina. I thought we played pretty well both weekends. The first weekend, I told them, and I think it's true, you play those really good non-conference teams, and it teaches you a lot about yourself.
Right.
And so I think we learned a lot. Texas didn't come away in terms of wins as well as we probably should have, but played well. And then go into South Carolina, and the girls go 2-1. 2 9-0 sweeps over top 25 teams is a big deal. And
sure,
the guys go 0-3, but play really well against 2 top 10 teams. Then we'll lose 4-5 to a team that's literally ranked number 10. And so thought we're, like you said, going to have some confidence going into region tournament that we can compete regionally really well. We've played, the guys are sitting in 3rd place and have played 4 or 5, the 2 teams in front of us. And the girls are in second, and we were missing our number 2 player till about 2 weeks ago. So should feel, like you said, confident going in that we have a chance to win region tournament, and then we'll go to Arizona and Tyler respectively for the national tournaments, and should have some seeding there and be able to compete well there. And I think right now we're ranked number 16, but if we can slide inside the top 15, maybe the top 10, we'll just have to see.
Well, I know in Region 23 in our tennis, there's some really good teams coming out of Region 23, but in the same sense, there's some back end teams that aren't great. That's just the best way to put it. They're not as competitive as the rest. I would say the top 4 or 5 teams in our region are really good and are competitive and can play with anybody. So I think it's good when you get to step out of the region and go play some non-conference matches and get ready, because we feel like we got a really good shot to make the national tournament. And so it's good to get out. And even if you lose those matches, like we talked about, it's better to go out and lose to a really good team and get that experience than just beating up on the same teams over and over. And I don't know that necessarily makes us any better. So, a lot of people don't believe in moral victories, but I got to think going and playing some top-notch teams, even if we lose, gives us the experience that'll help us with the good teams in the region, but also help us once we get out there in the national tournament.
Yeah, exactly. It does.
So you've got a big event coming up Saturday, and I know last year it was the first time we did it. We had a really good turnout, and a lot of folks came out. Tell me a little bit about this weekend and what's going on and what you expect and what people can do to sign up or show up.
Yeah, so this weekend having our, I guess we can say annual now. I think we got in trouble last year, but our second annual alumni mixer at 10 o'clock out at the courts on campus. Tentatively, I think it'll run till probably about noon, but show up, anywhere between 9 to 10. We'll be out there set up. We'll have Gatorade, water for you, some snacks. I'll set out the tables again. Coach McPhail, I don't think anyone's shocked, did a very good job of keeping a lot of history of the program. So we'll lay out the scorebooks, trophies, let you look through that. I guess I'll have to clean up my office at some time before then, so you can go up and look at the trophies up there. But then we'll just mix around, and we'll give you a number, and you'll have a different partner that played at MCC at some point since the programs have been going. We'll play points to 21, and then person with the most points will give a prize. Normally person with the lowest points. So I think last year we did oldest alumni, we did youngest alumni. So any of my players from last year, if you come back, you'll more than likely be the youngest alumni. And then we're going to feed you afterwards. I hadn't nailed that one down yet. We give you a little food, 11:30 as people are coming off, 11:45, eat, and then play. And then if you want to watch us play, we're going to actually Friday, if you come in a day early, we play at 1 o'clock at Northeast versus East Central. But following Saturday, we play Wallace State, who was one of the teams we played in South Carolina. The girls lost 4-5, so we hope we can get that one back in our favor. And guys, we're 2-7, and so hope to steal some more courts this weekend. But I think we had 20 alumni last year. I would love to beat that number. That would, we filled up all the courts on campus one time and then had to wait and put on another group of alumni. So I'd like to, beat that number of 20 this year.
Absolutely. I think, they had a really good time last year. I know I talked to some folks that were here and they enjoyed it. Tennis is one of those sports, similar to golf, that once you finish playing in college, you can play forever. And so we've got some alumni, I think, that play regularly, whether it's here, out at Northwood or out at Northeast Park or wherever they live, being in Jackson or wherever they live in the state, they continue to play tennis. And so, and then we probably got some alumni that maybe pick up a racket once a year, that don't play a lot. But I think it's a good opportunity to come back and, like I said, reconnect with some people maybe you played with or meet some people who played before you or after you, and just really, keep that family going. I know when Coach McPhail was here, she did a good job of staying in touch with all the alumni and keeping up with them, and so they all kind of know, what's going on with one another. And so it's a really good opportunity for them to come out, see Coach McPhail again, see some of their former teammates, and just have a really fun day of tennis. And I think the weather unlike yesterday and today, it's supposed to be really good this
Yeah.
weekend. I think it's going to be, low 70s, sunny, just an outstanding day to get out and have some fun. And so really looking forward to them coming in and having a good turnout. Let's talk about the back half of the season. We've only got, 6 or 8 matches left, I think.
I think 5, yeah. I think
Okay.
5 matches.
And then I think it's just 2 or 3 conference matches left. Is that right?
Yeah, we have Itawamba, or East Central this Friday, Itawamba next Monday, and Hines Tuesday. And we have wrapped up region play.
It seems like it was just the other day that you were in here previewing the season, and we had all the 2 pages worth talking about every player and this, that, and the other, and now here we are just a couple weeks later wrapping this thing up and getting ready for postseason play. Where is the region tournament this year? Have they settled on?
So we changed it last year. Now it's a team dual match, and odd years is women's conference champion, even years is men's conference championship, with Jones and Gulf Coast still to play on the men, sitting first and second. And I honestly can't sit here and tell you. Jones beat them the first time, but Gulf Coast has a good men's team that could beat them here this second time and change things up. So either in Ellisville or Perk.
Okay. So when you say a team duel match, for those of us that have no idea what you're talking about, kind of break down. So in years past, this I know because when we used to host a fair amount, everybody got seeded, and you played, wherever that seed left you. Then sometimes that meant we were playing teammates, and sometimes that meant we were playing, other people. So tell me the change that y'all made last year into this team duel match.
Yeah, so it used to be, in the way we play, you play 6 single spots of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 singles. 1's your best singles player. 6 is your 6th best singles player. You play a 1, 2, 3 doubles. 1 double's your best. 3rd, your least best. And like you said, we looked at all the stats from regular season and sat in there and argued with each other for 2.5, 3 hours about who should be seated what. And so we did away with that last year. And so now it's just a team dual match is exactly what we play here. So it's those 3 doubles and 6 singles, and you get 1 point for each court you win, and first team to 5 wins the match. And so that's how it is now. Now we take so all these regular season conference matches that we play, we take and we look at that record, and that's how you get seeded now. The team with the best conference records, the 1 seed, second best 2 seed, so on to 6. We only take the top 6. There's 10 junior college tennis teams in the state. Will be 11 next year, and we take the 6 best and seed them, and they play. And so, like for us on the girls, it'll start on a Thursday. Like I said, the guys are our guys are going to be the 3 seed in this tournament. So we'll play Thursday versus the 6 seed, and then 4 and 5 seed will play. So we'll move on and we'll play the 2 seed, which will be Jones or Gulf Coast on Saturday. Girls will be the 2 seed in this tournament, so we'll get a first round bye, so they won't play till Friday, and we won't know who we match up till Friday afternoon. And we'll just play exactly like the regular season. So the 3 doubles, the 6 singles, all at the same time, all the normal format, and then first team to 5 wins it.
Is it single elimination? So once you lose that first match, you're done, or is there a consolation?
If you lose if you're the 4, 5, 3, or 6, and you lose on that Thursday, you're out. But so like the girls are guaranteed 2, because if you lose in the semifinals, we'll play a 3rd place match. Because you can take 3 teams to national tournament. So this is a region tournament, so it's separate than conference. It's region 23, which it's only Mississippi teams, so it's the same as our conference. But that's how you qualify. You have to be top 3 in your region.
Okay.
And so there is a 3rd place match also on Saturday if you lose in the semifinals.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, I think we're set up well to go down there and certainly, compete well in that tournament and possibly even win it on both sides. And so I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a great turnout this weekend at the alumni mixer. I know that, like I said, last year was a great event, and I feel like this year's got an opportunity to be even better. I know the alumni appreciate you putting this on so they can come back. And I want to wish you the best of luck this weekend with East Central and Wallace and the event and going forward. And so good luck as the weeks come.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll have some all-conference or conference players of the year to send to you in a few short weeks.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to A View from the Top here on Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first, while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
Welcome back to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team here on Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM. A couple of events to remind you about. MCC's Tennis Alumni Mixer this weekend at 10 a.m. at the Wanda McPhail Tennis Center on campus. Come on out and enjoy a really good day of tennis. Next Tuesday, MCC Baseball hosts Southwest and Baseball After Hours, as we have Mississippi Power as our special guest. That'll be a 3 o'clock doubleheader out at Skaggs Field. Again, baseball is ranked number 4 in the country, so really good baseball. Come on out and enjoy that game. And to keep up with that and everything MCC sports, go to MCC Eagles Athletics on Facebook and like us. Follow us on Twitter at MCC Eagles Sports. And for every episode of A View from the Top, Eagle highlights, and much more, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. Just search Meridian Community College. And once again, we want to thank you for listening to A View from the Top, brought to you by the Rush Sports Medicine Team. We're here every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. here on Super Talk Meridian 103.3 FM.